Hey everyone, welcome back. So today again we are going to solve another lead code problem statement that is majority element. You have given an array of size n and you have to find the majority element. So here you can see in the example first you have an array 3, 2 and 3. The output is 3 because in this array 3 occurs 2 times and 2 occurs one time. That is the reason 3 is your output. In the second example you can see 2 occurs 4 times and 1 occurs only 3 times, so the output is 2. So we will consider this example and we'll see what approach we have to follow in order to solve this kind of problem statements. So here you can see the given array whatever we have. So let me quickly write it down. So it will be 2 times 2, 2 times 2, 1 3 times and then 2 times. This is our index, starts from 0 and this is your I. At the same time, here we'll have two things. The first thing we'll have is candidate and the second thing we'll have is count. So the approach will be whatever first element we have, this one will consider it as candidate. And the count value by default after considering, and the count value will initialize with 1. Now the iteration will start from first index. Once I will be at index 1, it will see whether this element 2 is equal to candidate or not. In this case, it is equal, so we don't have to do anything. We just simply have to increment the value of count. I plus plus. Now it will see whether this element, that is 1, is equal to candidate or not. In this case, it is not equal. So what we will do, we will just decrement the value by 1. So it will be minus minus. I, then we will increment the value of I. Again, it will see whether this element 1 is equal to candidate or not. In this case, it is not equal. So again the value of count is 0. Now, if the value of count is 0, then what we have to do? Whatever current element you will have, that will become your candidate. And after that, we just have to reset the value of count to 1. So, in this case, what is happening? Now the value of count is 0. So what we have to do, the current element, that is 1, that will become your candidate and we have to reset the count by 1. I plus plus. It will see whether this element I is equal to the candidate or not. In this case, it is equal. So we just have to increment the value of count. If it is equal, then we have to increment the value. If it is not equal, then we have to decrement the value by 1. Now what we will do, I plus plus. It will see whether this current element 2 is equal to candidate or not. It is not equal. Not equal means we have to decrement the value of count. Again I plus plus. It will see whether the current element 2 is equal to the candidate or not. If it is not equal, then we have to decrement the value of count. Now this value is 0. If the count is 0, then current element, whatever current element we have, right, this will become your candidate and the count value will reset by 1. And at last, this is our output. Candidate element only we have to return. So the our code. So let's see how to do it. Okay, as we discussed, the candidate value will initialize with the first element of the array. In this case, nums of 0. The count value will initialize with 1. The iteration will start from first index and it will go up to the length of the array. And after that, the first check which we need is we have to check whether the candidate value is equal to the current element. If it is equal, then what we have to do? We just have to increment the value of count. If it is not equal, in that case, what we have to do? We have to decrement the value of count. Also, we have discussed if the value of count is 0, in that case, we have to reset the value of candidate with current element. And the second step is increment the value of count by 1. At last, as this method wants to return the value, what value we will return? The majority element. And where we are holding the majority element? Inside a candidate variable. So we just have to return the particular candidate variable. So let me execute this code and we'll see whether the test cases are getting accepted or not. So here you can see both the test cases are accepted. Now let me submit this code. Perfect. All the 53 test cases are passed. So this is the process we have to follow in order to solve the problem statement related to majority element. This is an algorithm known as Moore's algorithm. If you like the video, do subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your day.